Hey guys, Landry Meya from Smart Africa 4.0. Today we wanted to talk about a very interesting topic. We wanted to discuss Tesla, the Cobalt deal, and of course the DRC. DRC stands for the Democratic Republic of Congo. So before we even go through what's happening in the Tesla world, because the world is now talking about electric vehicle, you'll hear people talking about EV market. Basically, it's electric vehicle, and the cobalt. Cobalt is a mineral that the Democratic Republic of Congo has a big reserve, and last year the DRC has produced 100,000 metric ton of cobalt. So let's go first in the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is a country that was, let's say, during the Berlin Conference around the year 1884 and 1885. So from November 1884 to, let's say, February 1885, it was a conference that was discussing, let's just say, how Europeans will be sharing Africa. So King Leopold, who was the king of Belgium back then, acquired the DRC as its own property. So the DRC didn't even belong to Belgium, but the DRC belonged to the King Leopold II of Belgium, right? So I believe most of you, or if you are not aware, there have been so many atrocities that took place when King Leopold was in control of the DRC back then. People were killed, some children were killed, and of course, if you couldn't meet your quota, the quota of the rubber, because he was owning plantation of rubber, if you couldn't reach the quota of your rubber, of course, it's either they will take care of your kids and maybe cut their hands, or maybe they will cut your hands. So this is something that was very, very, let's say, ugly and bad things that happened during King Leopold time in the Congo. So then in 1960, the DRC was an independent country, 1960. During year 1960, the DRC was the second industrialized country in Africa after South Africa. So what happened to the DRC today? We believe that leadership is also one of the reasons that the country didn't grow the way it was supposed to grow. So because of poor leadership, and the country couldn't move forward the way it was supposed to. But of course, we're going to talk about the DRC. It's important to give you some background of that country. This is one of the second largest country in Africa after Algeria. So the DRC is quite big. The potential of that country is amazing. But let's talk about the mineral resources of that country. African Business Magazine spoke about the wealth of the DRC in the mineral side. The country has an estimated wealth of its mineral, let's say, of more than 24 trillion USD. This is the GDP of Europe and the USA all together, and this is the mineral wealth of the DRC. Of course, there are so many projects that are supposed to take place in the DRC. I don't know if you've heard of the Grand Inga or Inga 3, which was a project that was actually about increasing, let's say, the hydropower capacity of that country, right? So of course the country was supposed to supply electricity to, let's just say, 70% of African countries. But of course the project today didn't see life. So this was a project with the World Bank, but of course the project until now didn't reach realization. Let's talk about cobalt. Why are we talking about cobalt? It's important to understand, as I was saying, that the DRC is today the largest producer of cobalt. Last year they've produced 100,000 metric tons of cobalt, and of course one of the mining multinational in the DRC called Glencore, with some of the operation in Mutanda mine and others producing cobalt as well. So Tesla has managed to strike a deal with Glencore for the supply of 6,000 tons of cobalt on a yearly basis. If you are not aware of it, now you know what's happening. My question to DRC leaders, and of course to leading in the industry, we need to understand the impact, or let's just say how the DRC is becoming a game changer in this fourth industrial revolutions, and how we're becoming very important to companies like Tesla. And for your information, Tesla is now #1 company of car manufacturer in the world. Tesla is sitting on 209 billion USD. They've taken the place of Toyota. Toyota sitting on 204 billion USD in terms of valuation. So for me, what is important is that we, or the Congolese government, need to understand the impact of this mineral resources called cobalt. So cobalt is also used for your laptop, for your iPhone, but mainly cobalt is being used for electric vehicle batteries, for your lithium-ion batteries. So it's becoming a strategic mineral, not only for Congo, but for the entire world in regards to electric vehicle. But now let's go into details in what a country like DRC can actually do, when it comes to such thing. I think it's important. Industrialization is what that country needs, simply because you cannot keep on exporting mineral resources or copper cathode without creating the type of wealth or industry that you need to create in that country. Yeah, I'm talking about what the point of selling copper cathode if you can put in place a manufacturing plant of copper cable. What the point of selling cobalt if you can manage to bring a big investment on manufacturing electric vehicle batteries. So I think that's very important. We need to understand what's happening in the world, and we need to understand what Industry 4.0, where it's taking us. So a country like the DRC is becoming a game changer, and it's important for the leaders of that country to understand the importance of the mineral resources that that country has. That's it. That's what I have for today, and I hope you liked it. Don't forget to share it with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Smart Africa 4.0. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a great day. Cheers.